Since President Trump took office on January 20th, there's a lot to be excited about, but we also have to remember to keep our head on a swivel. Look no further than these few stories that have come out about the left continuing to target our kids. For instance, in Maryland, the Democrats are pushing to put condom vending machines in kindergarten classes. And in Oregon, they're asking about sexual orientation and gender identity for 6th grade health surveys. And in Colorado, they are saying that babies know their gender identity in the womb. I'm not making this stuff up. I'll show you right now. Let's go. How's it going, everybody? David Medina here. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you're seeing. I really appreciate all my new subscribers and followers across social media. Follow me on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at David Medina PDX. I just do my best to try to be myself, man, and be myself and stand on truth, try to love at the same time, and just, you know, be a voice of reason, be a voice of there's only one truth. I say it on all my social media channels. There's only one truth. There's not the truth, your truth, my truth. There's the truth. And so I try to just stand on that. I try to just be that voice of reason, but also I'm a Christian first. And so I can't forget to love. And a lot of times I do. And you'll see it in my videos. I don't edit my mistakes out. And I hope that you appreciate that. I've heard a lot of people appreciate it about me. I don't edit my mistakes out. Like if I'm too harsh on somebody, or, you know, if I sin, whatever, I keep it in there, man. I mean, like, I made fun of some chick's weight the day. This is some Democrat that was fighting for, you know, it wasn't right, but I was upset, you know? And so my thing is, I just try to stay genuine, man. So I hope that's what you like about, I hope that's what you appreciate when you come to my channel, when you see my content. So that being said, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. But let's go to Maryland. My goodness, what in the God's name are we doing? Not what in the God. What in God's name are we doing? I really say that as like a prayer, because, like, Lord, what is going on? I saw this headline and I could not believe that the Maryland Democrats are pushing a bill to put vending machine condoms in kindergarten. This reminded me of, I live in Oregon, just outside of Portland. And it reminded me of a bill a couple years ago that the Democrats pushed through. Republicans voted with them on it. Some Republicans, I won't name names, but to put tampons in the boys' bathroom. And that was a huge thing here in Oregon. It went national. It made national news. There was they were trying to put, and then there were stories going around Oregon where boys were actually going in there and ripping them out and throwing them. Good for you guys. Just complete insanity that is trying to take over our country. And guys, I know Trump won. I know that we're excited, but we cannot lose track that evil still is trying to creep its way through and trying to take over our country. And so, Lord, thank you for that. You've had mercy on our country with Trump winning the election and bringing back some kind of sanity to our country. But check this story out real quick. This is Fox News. I'm not joking. Maryland Democrats are out their damn minds.
Eye-opener to this one, the Maryland State House advancing a bill that would permit condoms to be sold in vending machines on public school campuses, including preschools. Republicans in the legislature say it's going too far. Maryland State Delegate Kathy Shalega is calling on parents to
going too far. People should be arrested for this. Like, no, I'm tired of saying they're going too far. They're just trying to education in the name of education. You're being perverts in the name of education. This is not going too far. This is illegal. This is illegal. You are trying to sexualize our children. You're trying to target our children. I say arrest them. Set the example. Trump, send in the federal workers to get in there and to start arresting these people. We are so tired of this because, guys, I know you say it's not my state, it's not my community. I promise you it's going to spread to your community, just like all the other crazy ideas are spreading across the nation unless it's checked. Evil's got to be checked, man. This is so gross.
And she joins us now. So here's what Maryland Department of Legislative Services says about this bill that's making its way through the State House. This bill repeals the misdemeanor prohibition against an associated penalty for selling or offering for sale a contraceptive or contraceptive device by means of a vending machine or other automatic device at a kindergarten, nursery school, elementary school, or secondary school. And I think a lot of people at home are saying, what?
Yeah.
All of us on that, well, most of us on the House floor said exactly that. What is this? So we offered an amendment on the bill on second reading, when you can amend a bill, to just say, look, just high schools. You know, we wouldn't like that either. The Republicans and the Maryland Freedom Caucus would not like that, but they rejected it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of schools that are teaching abstinence, right?
Well,
and,
right.
you know, maybe abstinence until marriage in a best case scenario, or maybe abstinence until you're in college, but to put condoms in a vending machine puts it right there in front of you. But why? What justification is there for doing this?
Please tell us.
At a nursery school or a kindergarten? I mean, unless you just want to make a very broad brush law that doesn't take a lot to interpret it. Let's say, put it that way.
It makes no sense whatsoever. And, you know, the intent may have at some point been high school, but when they rejected our move to just make it high school again, I, like you, would say you're discriminating against tradition.
It's in the name of education, and these people are going to disguise everything in the name of education and health and safety. They did it with COVID. Everything's disguised by this, like, because they want to make themselves feel better, but they also want to like take the heat off of them a little bit in the public. Because, oh, we're just doing this for education, we're just doing this for health and safety. No, dude, you're a bunch of freaking perverts. You're trying to sexualize our kids. It's not a secret. I mean, you got the Senate Majority Leader in Washington State that is literally coming out and saying parents don't have a right to have any say in their, like the little weasel. I just want to grab his little neck. Parents don't have a right to have a say in their kids' mental health or gender identity at age 13 but like they want our kids, like they're not hiding it. So we already know the answer to this, and of course that's why they rejected their high school. Condoms shouldn't even be in high school vending machines. Unless it's in the classroom and a teacher is like sex ed, maybe, but I think sex ed should come in parents. It's a different discussion.
Traditional families that don't want their 14-year-old daughter going to a high school and walking down the hall in front of a sex vending machine.
Right.
But, you know, putting this in a daycare or nursery school and, you know, into a preschool.
Hey, you know.
I am a grandmother of two beautiful.
Maybe they're putting them in there for the adults. They just want the adults to wear protection when they're, sorry. I'll just stop there. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm pointing out the ridiculousness of these continual ridiculous pushes to sexualize our children and take away the parents from sex education and replace the government, replace teachers, because you guys all know so much better than parents. I mean, they're telling us this, guys, and it's time we stand against it. I mean, I don't know what, dude, if I like. We got to show up to school boards. We got to show up to city council. We got to show up to everything, because they're not going to stop. I want you to understand, they're not going to stop. These people are sick. They're freaking perverts. They're pedophiles, and they need to be stopped. And you know, and it doesn't stop there. I'll show you here. I'm just showing you how crazy they've gotten. Today there was a news story that came out that a Democrat rep in Colorado literally says that babies in the womb know their identity already. Like, they see how they keep pushing the line? Evil is going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until it gets checked. And look how far they're going. First, it was like, oh, kids know their identity in high school first. Then it was, oh, kids know their identity by middle school. And then it went to elementary school. Then it went to, oh, they know it as much as 18 months. And now they're literally saying that babies in the womb, before they're even born, know their gender identity, that they know they're transgender. These people are clinically insane. My gosh. I mean, listen, I'll just play the clip for you.
And we know even from fetal development perspective that sex is defined in the first trimester of pregnancy, whereas the beginnings of the sense of gender identity start in the second trimester of pregnancy. So certainly often these two things match up, but
I mean, how do you know that? Like, how can you tell that when you're looking at the ultrasound? The baby just like does a little bit of this while it's like turning. It's like, and it does one of these or something. I don't know. Like, how do you tell? How do you tell? You don't, because it's not real. This lady, these people, and I'm telling you, it's not just her. I'm telling you, it's more. It's all they all, because this whole gender identity, this whole transgender agenda is built. It is within their. It's in a religion. It's within their veins. They truly believe this stuff. No more male and female. The world is gray. It's no more black and white. It's no more right and wrong. You're seeing this in the movies, in the kids' movies. You're seeing this with Disney. You're seeing there's gray. I mean, they even did it with Star Wars. I mean, there's no more the dark side and the light side anymore. It's the gray. It's the balance. It's the everything is blurred. The lines are blurred. There's no more right and wrong. It's just everything's just okay as long as you're not hurting people. And secretly they are hurting people. Everything's okay. There's no right and wrong. Everything's just okay. As long as everybody just is themselves and everybody just Oh man, how far did that thinking get us? It got us to them targeting our kids now because we didn't put a stop to this 10, 15 years ago when we should have. And so there you go. I mean, I'm not looking. And then here in Oregon, Oregon Student Health Survey for sixth graders. And I have the link pulled up to the actual Oregon website. So you know that I'm not messing around here. I'm not just going off of headlines. Oregon Student Health Survey for sixth graders asks if they are transgender and what their sexual orientation is. Schools that push radical indoctrination should be defunded immediately, says Libs of TikTok on X. I absolutely agree. And this is also why if you can't afford to homeschool, you can't afford, because I get it. I understand not everybody can homeschool their kid. Not everybody can send their kid to private school. I get it. So we have to send them to public schools. But that doesn't mean you just surrender them to the public schools. You need to still be speaking up about this, parents. You need to be still like knowing what's going on in your kid's school. You need to still be paying attention and be involved. Stand against this stuff. If your kid comes home with a survey like this, nope, you're not doing this. My mother, God rest her soul, yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of her passing. And it just got me thinking of all these memories and stuff and how she used to stand up for us in school whenever there was, whenever they would show a sex ed thing or any kind of thing that was against our faith or that was, against what we believed. She's like, you have my permission to walk out. You have my permission to walk out of the class and the teacher can deal with me. I mean, she was a very involved parent when there was my mother even fought for Halloween. When they would celebrate Halloween at the school, she was one of those parents that would be like, no, we need to stop this. She would show up at the school meeting and say, no, we shouldn't be celebrating Halloween. This is offensive to our faith. I mean, that's the parents we need today is my mother, man. People like my mother who was involved. People where she would show up and then she would force it. And then the school, her and other parents would make so much noise that they would change it to harvest party. I mean, that's what we need, man. We need, and if you celebrate Halloween, I'm not attacking Halloween. I'm just telling you how my mom was. And she's right on Halloween, but if you celebrate Halloween, it's okay. You're still going to heaven. If you're a Christian, you believe in Jesus, stop. Don't message me. Oh, David, just relax. Okay. I'm just telling you how my mom was. But that's the parent. Bring back 90s Christian parents. Bring back early 2000s Christian parents. Something happened along the line where we just stopped being involved in our kids' education. And look at this right here. I mean, this is let's see if we can bring it up full screen. I don't know if you guys can read that, but it says basically, what is your gender identity? Girl or woman, boy or man, demi girl, demi boy. Non-binary, frickin' llama. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't say llama. Gender fluid, gender queer. Are you questioning your gender identity? See, they want all this information so that they can get a reason to take you away from your parents, or to take to step in for your parents, and brainwash you. And then it should, are you transgender at the bottom here? Yes, no. I'm not sure. I don't know what this question is asking. Please, almighty gender lords of the school district, please. Teach me. And so, yeah, here it is. This is the student health survey from the state of Oregon, 6th grade English. Let's click on it. Okay. And it goes right to that same form that we just read. And it literally asks the question on page. I forgot exactly where it was at. But let's look at it just so we're not, people aren't like, oh, it's just it lives at TikTok and it's just fake news and blah, blah. No, it's not fake news. Cause I looked this up last night. And it was there. And I don't want to sit here and bore you guys to death. I'll put this link. I'm going to put this link to you guys can go look it up yourselves. I'm going to put it in the description in my YouTube. But guys, we have freaking lost our minds. What are we doing? What are we doing? No, not what are we doing? What are they doing? But what are we doing to stop it? What are we doing our parents, I encourage you, let's all call up the Department of Education, the Oregon, this came from the Oregon Health Authority. Let's call them up. Let's call them up and say, why are you asking this question? Just because you live in a blue state, just because you live in a state that's gone bonkers and is led by demons, crazy people that want to recognize Black Drag Day instead of worrying about the needs of Oregonians, just because it's ran by morons, it doesn't mean you can't speak up. Don't let that put you into silence, guys. Don't let it. Okay? Speak up, call these people, leave a message. And if you think it falls on deaf ears, which it probably does, and they probably won't do anything, well, at least you did your part. At least you could stand before God one day and say, I did my part. I didn't stay silent. I didn't let the super majority of a state like Oregon keep me down or keep me silent. And I did something about it. And if your kids, you need to be checking with your kids. Hey, what did you learn about in school today? Hey, what did you learn about what kind of homework did you have? A lot of kids aren't going to know to look out for these things. And so you need to be involved and you need to know. And if you're a busy parent, you're working full time, I get it, dude. I get it. I've raised a daughter for basically 15 years by myself, 14 years by myself. And I know how that is, working full time, trying to take, and like their schoolwork, because you want to be able to trust the school. And it's just a lot of work to just, like look at every one of their classes, but just have constant conversations with your kids. Let them know right and wrong. Maybe get ahead of it and say, hey, did you hear about this questionnaire? This is why this is wrong. Show them this questionnaire. This is why this is wrong. This is totally against what reality is. This is against God's design. If you're a Christian, this is against God's design. It's against the Bible. This is evil. And we need to stand against it. My mother did a great job of that with me. And it made me who I am today. She's a big reason why I am who I am today. And why I chose everything I do today is because my mom taught me to stand up to evil at a very young age. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn the bell on for notifications if you don't want to miss a video. Follow me at David Medina PDX across all social media. And like and follow me. Share this video. It really helps when you like the video, when you share the video, and when you subscribe. And we're blowing up, man. We're getting subscribers every day. I love it, man. We're almost up to 4,000 subscribers. It's been barely a month since we've restarted this thing. We were at like 1,000 subscribers. We're already up 3K. I mean, 300% in a month. I mean, it's just going to go up from there, man. I'm freaking excited. I love what I do here because I believe this is my calling. I don't look at this as just making videos and trying to be a YouTuber and trying to be famous. I look at this as like, no, dude, this is my calling. And this is so I love it. And even on days like today, when I didn't feel like making any videos, I still felt a pull to do this. And that's when you know you're following your calling. Hope you're following your calling in life. And if you don't know what that is, pray. Ask God to show you. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate all of you. I love you. And we will see you on the next video.